Episode 82, The Future of Business with Agentic AI.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
You've probably heard the phrase, do more with less, but what happens when you really do it using AI agents? A TikTok I watched this week stopped me in my tracks. It listed companies pulling in millions in recurring revenue with teams smaller than most local cafes. How? Agentic AI. Hello and welcome back to the AI 6 podcast, where I demystify AI in just 6 minutes a day and inspire you to want to learn more, all while I empower you with knowledge. So as I said, my mind was blown when I watched this TikTok from Build in Public.
Midjourney has 200 million annual recurring revenue at only 10 employees. 11 Labs, 100 million annual recurring revenue, 30 employees. Lovable, 5 million annual recurring revenue, 20 employees. Cursor, 100 million annual recurring revenue, 20 employees. Bolt.new, 20 million annual recurring revenue, 30 employees. These companies are all using AI agents. They're using them heavily. They're using AI to automate tedious parts of their businesses that normally would be done by people, or AI to turn their existing employees into superhumans, doing way more than a single employee typically could. Small teams with AI agents is going to be the future.
What these companies have in common isn't just revenue, it's leverage. They're using AI agents to eliminate repetitive tasks, speed up operations, and empower their small teams to work like superhumans. My take? Well, it's a glimpse into the next generation business model. Lean, agile, AI augmented. Many of you listening might have gone through, the Black Belt program and learned about lean in business. Well, Agentic AI takes it to a whole new level. And really what we're seeing is a slimming down of headcount in companies. No more bloated organizational charts, but really talent supported by agentic systems that think, act, and adapt autonomously. These teams aren't working harder, they're working smarter with agents handling content creation, operations support, research, and much more. So why it matters for marketers, creators, and entrepreneurs like you and I? Well, you don't need a huge team to scale. This gives us a real competitive advantage. We don't need to understand what AI agents can really do. We just need to go in and use the technology little by little in our business. Learn by doing. And it's not all about replacing people. It's really about extending or scaling our impact. And I guess it could be whatever you want it to be. It's your business, it's your organization. But what we need to think about is that this shift into agentic AI will really separate businesses that adapt from those that stall. Because small teams with AI agents may become the new standard. So how can SMEs or small public sector organizations make the most of this opportunity? And maybe you're thinking, well, those companies that are embracing agentic AI, maybe they're in tech, maybe they've got a whole tech team, but actually maybe that's not the case. They think about tasks, not tools. And that's always my advice. Where is the value add for AI? And in this case, agentic AI. That's the starting point. And then you build out your own AI stack, or you use the open source technology that's there and just have an AI engineer on your team. Or you can outsource it. Zapier or Make are tools that are very low cost that actually can begin to automate whole workflows for you right now. And then, of course, you want to focus on output and not perfection. You're in research and development mode. You're in pilot and testing mode. And you don't wait until everything is perfect. You really got to get stuck in, roll up your sleeves, and just test on small use cases. Then, of course, when you have a use case, you got to upskill your team one person at a time. Don't wait just to hire somebody who's skilled in AI. Really start from the inside and build capacity internally. And then, of course, use your size as an advantage. I always say that about my little company. I can be agile, I can adapt, I can have an idea, and I can test and I can learn because we're small. And I try and keep those tests small so the risk is small also. So you don't need to become a big AI company, but what you can do is you can make your company much better by using AI. So Agentic AI is already here. Smart companies are taking advantage, and they're not special. They're just AI curious, and we should be too. So if you have some thoughts on this episode or any other shows, let's connect on LinkedIn. Just go and search for Joanne Sweeney. I'd love to have an AI conversation with you. If you'd like me to come into your company to do an AI workshop, then please also get in touch on LinkedIn. Or if you're a marketer and you want to upskill, you can have a look at my CPD accredited AI diploma for marketers. Go to publicsectormarketingpros.com and use the code AI610. I'm Joanne Sweeney. This is the AI6 podcast. I'll talk to you on the next show.